So Nintendo's 2022 was honestly interesting, right? We got 2 Pokemon games, we got 2 Kirby games, and we got a whole slew of other releases, but to be quite honest, I don't know if it was the strongest year for Nintendo, so let's review it. So in January, we got Pokemon Legends Arceus, a fantastic new style Pokemon game that set the stage for future games. However, this momentum didn't seem to last long because honestly in February we got nothing. But we did end up following that up with a very strong March, seeing both Triangle Strategy, a great game for turn-based battle fans, as well as the best Kirby game ever made, in my humble opinion, big Kirby and the Forgotten Land. This month was so incredibly strong that we also got Wave 1 of the Mario Kart DLC. Now, this wave was not fantastic, but the fact that we got anything at all to a, at the time, 4-year-old game was kind of amazing, and so we all took what we could get, you know what I mean? Next in April, at the beginning, we didn't really see very much, but towards the end of the month, we got Nintendo Switch Sports, which was a game that's divisive for a lot of people because they didn't think the content was all there, and granted, golf did take days to get here, but now that it is, I do feel that it's a pretty complete package and there's a lot of fun to be had here as long as you have people to play this with locally. I don't necessarily know if this is the best game to play online or just by yourself. We then skipped May and went absolutely crazy in June with Mario Strikers Battle League, and that was again a super divisive game that had a huge issue with content being held back after it initially released to just be brought out as free DLC. And that's honestly a big problem with a lot of these modern day Nintendo Sports releases, which is sad to say. However, then we also got Fire Emblem 3 Hopes, which was a Warriors hack and slash style game that nobody really asked for, but Nintendo sure did deliver. In July, the year starts to pick up a little bit more because we saw Xenoblade Chronicles 3, which was a game that was absolutely beloved by the fan base. It has a super strong story and some of the best gameplay in the franchise. Nintendo really knocked this one out of the park, but I haven't finished it yet because it's such a massive game. August was really small for Nintendo, however, it still did pack a punch with Wave 2 of the Mario Kart DLC being released, which was honestly a huge step up from Wave 1 with a ton more quality tracks. Then we also get Kirby's Dream Buffet, which was a small Mario Party meets Fall Guys game that was a lot of fun at its core but was plagued with a lot of online issues. In September, we saw Splatoon 3 releasing, and this game was again pretty divisive because a lot of people didn't really know if there was enough different content to warrant an entire sequel. Maybe this could have just been DLC. However, after getting it into our hands, a lot of us have come around and realized that this is a perfect sequel, and this was something that needed to be done to rejuvenate the fan base and bring back Splatfest, an event that so many people absolutely love, and me and myself am so excited for the upcoming one. In October, we saw Mario Rabbids Sparks of Hope, which was a game that was not made by Nintendo, but still we're going to put it on this list because of course it's an exclusive. This is more of an open format than the previous game with free roaming action elements, and it's a game that a lot of people really enjoyed, but one that seemed to be a bit polarizing as well, simply because of the publisher being Ubisoft. Just 8 days later, we saw Bayonetta 3 release on the platform, and this was a wild backstory because there was so much controversy surrounding this game, not necessarily with the game itself, but the voice actress Helena Taylor went on this whole Twitter rant that turned out to be a complete lie about wages, and then people from the industry got behind her. It was this whole mess, but the game came out and it ended up being amazing, and Helena called for a boycott, which obviously she didn't get it because I actually heard that so many people were pre-ordering this game and going out to get it day one just despite what happened, which is honestly fair. It was pretty ridiculous. And then in November, we were met with the most glitchiest and unpolished Nintendo game ever released on the platform. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet came out and sold immeasurably. People absolutely adored these games, however, they are plagued with so many performance issues that people actually ended up asking Nintendo directly for refunds, to which they did give out to a select few. It was a disappointing state that the game came out in. However, this open world format is definitely a huge step forward for the Pokemon franchise, and I hope that in the future they take note of that success whilst trying to put out a more polished experience, because the glitches and the pop-in here are just absolutely ridiculous. And then to cap off the year in December, Nintendo most recently released the Mario Kart Wave 3 DLC pack, which just blows the other DLCs out of the water. This is full with a lot of quality tracks. Some really awesome highlights for me include Boo Lake, which was a whole reimagined thing that they did. They also brought us Merry Mountain, which is a great one. It comes from Tor, but it's a themed around Christmas, so it's like perfect timing, you know what I mean? And then we had Peach's Gardens as well, which was such a fun track. So overall, this was a pretty decent year, but it was plagued with a lot of release date pushbacks and a lot of problems that just people couldn't have seen coming. For example, we got Advance Wars pushback. We have not seen that. We got Tears of the Kingdom pushback as well, but that's going to be a better game because of it, so we can't get too mad, but it just made for this year to not be as much of a banger year as we have had in the past. I would honestly say that 2021 was was better than this year, but that's just a personal opinion. So what do you think? Was this year a good year for Nintendo, or was it a terrible year? I want to know, so let me know down in the comments below. If you liked this, remember to subscribe and like the video. I mean, that'd be so cool. And make sure you check out this video over here where I talk about all the games that I played in 2022 on the Switch. Such a banger video. You're really gonna like it. Make sure you check it out.